So, my fellow gamers, again with Sean, and today we're doing something different. So, I have made 9 solo YouTube records. So, I think it'd be time to rank them all. These all are the 9 records. These are all, 9 records down here. 3, 3, and 3. There were 3 significant eras. The first 3-month era, second 3-month, and the fourth 3-month. The third 3 months, and then the fourth 3 months will be coming soon to new records, which will be 12 up after that. So, coming in at number 9 is going to be Lord of Light. I actually didn't like making this record to myself. This record, hands down, came out to being one of my worst records to ever hit this YouTube channel at all time. Because number one, it was way too short. The notes were all out of condition. Everything was messed up. This record, what even was this record? I don't even know what I did. It was horrible, and I never wanted to make and come back to that record again, so number 9 will be Lord of Light. Coming up next is one of the other newest ones, Dark Side of Dead. Alright, I know that some of y'all think that Dark Awakening and Civil War and the Age of the Darkness and the Into the Night album could have been a lot worse, but don't worry, let me make my case. This record was not good for numerous reasons. It was the 8th studio record, so I had the chances of making this a lot better, but no, I didn't choose to make this. I did not want to make it after I found out how it's released. It sounded cool at first, but now it just turned into a mess, and it was the first record to feature official artwork for me, so number 8 will be Dark Side of Death. Coming in at number 7, though, is going to be Into the Night. I know, I hear y'all already getting mad. This was my last full-length record until Civil War came out and destroyed that. Well, not entirely, no. Into the Night, Lord of Light was the last record beforehand. This was the first record of the double record, because these two were both double records, if y'all didn't know, because of their titles, that should have given them away, but they were both double records. Number 7 had to have been this because, I mean, it wasn't the shortness. It was not bad. This record was good. It opened up to good reviews, and I still think it's a great record to itself. It did good in its first day of release. I mean, its start in the first few hours wasn't as good. It didn't start out real well. It was just very blah, very boring. Didn't have much to it. But, I mean, that's why I'm putting that there at that position. So, we're going to put that there. Coming at number 6 for me is Age of the Darkness. Alright, this record had some way potential to it. It was the 7th studio record I released, and I guess you could say these two are also a double record. I mean, these were both back-to-back, month away from each other's. Let's be honest, that record, it got good reviews on its first day. The song Modern War on this record that I created, I can't even play the riff as well as I could when I recorded it. So I think I recorded that record at a good timing. It wasn't bad. I didn't think it was a blah, at all boring record at all. I think it was a beautiful record. And, Live Quick, that song Live Quick, the second song on that record, has a really cool opening when I slam on those strings. It took me a while to make that sound to it, and I love it for that, so that's why I gotta put that there. Coming in at number 5, this could annoy people, the second record, Slice and Rap. Alright, Slice and Rap was an okay record. I liked the music in this record. This was the first thing I really put out after I got out of surgery in January, which I will be releasing a bio on my channel soon. I know I've already done one, but it was trash, so I'm going to make a new one, and we'll see how that goes. But this record didn't do so well. I mean, it did beautifully, don't get me wrong. It has featured one of my other notable tracks, Uplift Me to the Heavens, which is one of my most popular tracks since I had released this record. I can't lie, this record was beautifully made. I love the way this sounded, and this was good. So, coming in at number 4 will also end up being my 4th studio album, Broken Life, which is funny. Broken Life was actually the last studio record, last full-length record I ever would make with GroovePad. Reason for that is I tried to get it working, and I go on and everything was deleted, so I couldn't make a new record with it anymore. So that's why it's not going to be made after that, and that's why I've been recording music all by myself lately. The only thing that got GroovePad after this was the 7th track with the Into the Night, the 5th album's first track, Scream and Tear, was the last GroovePad track released on this channel. After that, nothing was released from GroovePad after that, and that's why I've been making things myself. Anyways, coming in at number 3 will end up being my most recent record, Civil War. Alright, don't get me wrong, recording this record was a lot of fun. It's in the style of a few good bands like System of a Down and Metallica. I wanted to make it a sounding exact replica somewhat to them. I wanted to use their sounds for this record, so I did, and I made something that was truly a masterpiece. And I think it was good. It's the first full-length record ever since in Lord of Light. That was 2 records before this one, I believe. Because we had Dark Side of Death and... yeah, this was the first full-length record since Lord of Light. The reason it took me forever to even make a full-length record after this was because of the way, the timing, to get those 2 smaller records out. I wanted to get something out. I wanted to put out some new music. There are actually some unreleased tracks from both records of Age of the Darkness and Dark Side of Death. More on that information I will give to you guys on those darn makings of those 2. Anyways, coming in at number 2 will end up being the very first record. Come on, guys, it's the first record. Some of y'all are disagreeing with me. Why is it at this place? Why is it at number 2? Why isn't it at number 1? Many people loved this record after I released it in January, but one thing I did not like about this record is the timing of the record was really a bad time. Because a week after the record's release, I had gotten, like a bit into the record's release, I had gotten in surgery in hospital, causing the record to be delayed with 2 other tracks that I still hadn't released yet. So it was a whole week or month later till I really got the last 2 tracks out and released, and now we're stuck with a 6-track album. And it was originally going to be a longer record. I really intended, there were some songs on Slice and Rap that were originally intended for this record to be even put on. Songs like I Want, You Can't Hold Me Back, and Uplift Me to the Heavens was originally supposed to be on that record as well, but I decided I would leave the intro to that song on this record, and then you got the full length on the next record. Similar like Soldier Side intro and Soldier Side from the System of a Down double albums, Mesmerize and Hypnotize. They were similar that way, and I decided, hey, I guess I could do somewhat similar, so I made an intro to the song, and I made a full-length track after that. And now, there is a third Uplift Me I'm trying to make by myself, but those 2 songs were really, really identical and sounded really alike. I can't physically get those put back on records anymore. That sounded... I still want to get GroovePad, and when I do, those records will be coming back from the dead, and I'll make those records again. But right now, I'm stuck making records by myself, so I can't do that physically. Now, coming at number 1, you see, it's Dark Awakening. The reason I fell in love with making this record to even begin with, Dark Awakening was the first dubstep-ish album I made that featured a heavy amount of dubstep put into the mix, because don't get me wrong, Slice and Rap was a dubstep album somewhat on its own, but the 3rd album brought a lot more dubstep into the mix. And this was the 4th record. After this record, the record started getting soft and like slow paced, I guess. But after the 5th record, after the disappointment of after the 4th record's released, the rest of the records got even worse after that. The quality doesn't sound good as it used to. I miss making those songs. I want to get back to doing it. Dark Awakening was my biggest record and most excited record I had to release. And the reason that the song Dark Awakening, the track, the first song on the record, came out very shortly after I wrapped up on Slice and Rap is because I couldn't wait any longer to release it. So I did, and ended up getting tons of views for it. Now, we will be ranking some of the songs. You're probably wondering, where are the 2 greatest hits albums? Those are not studio albums. Those are compilation records. not studio albums. But I will be ranking some songs. We will be doing a top 10 song list of my favorite songs I've made throughout the record history. And we will even be reacting to some of these albums and see how they sounded like from the first one all the way up to my newest one. Because, I haven't made a record like this in forever. I want to get back to doing these kinds of records because I miss doing records, now these will be the Civil War album that came out is the last album I'm making of 2020. I am giving you info right now. That's going to be the last record I make of 2020. But 2021, don't get me wrong. I still have records teased that will be teased up for that year. I have records that are going to be called Lost in Space and Frostbite. You will see those records, and I swear, the Frostbite will be a full-on heavy record. It's not going to be soft or anything. Heavy, just heavy record, like somewhat death metal if you want. I'm going to put my guitars in low tunings. Bass will be in lower tunings than usual. And, we will make that record history right there. We will make that record Frostbite. I'm going to try to make my most successful record next year. Because these records are the first few I made, and they all came out in months from each other. The first 4 were released months, after each other. After Dark Awakening, it was a whole month until you got the Broken Life album, which I did not want to wait that long to do so. Because at the time, I was battling depression, but I was working on the record at the same time as well. While I was doing the depression stuff, I was working on the 4th record at this time. Because I asked my mom, I really wanted to make it, and she let me do so. So, Mom, thank you for letting me get the chance to work on some successful record. The 4th record became successful after that. But after that, I think the records got softer and softer and weaker and weaker. And these are my records, so I can say some of them were trash. Are my records. Some of them I think were trash. Like Into the Night, Lord of Light was trash. I don't want to make a record like that ever again. Not the way Lord of Light turned out. No. And the fact is, I want to do a live record with these. Just imagine these being performed in a live show. These would be cool sounding, because these are my own songs, and I can play my own stuff. Now, I do want to have other musicians on my next few records coming up. Frostbite, I think I can get some guys up and help me really record this next record. Because that record, I want to be a very big record. I played most of the instruments on the last 4 records. Because after, Broken Life, I've made 5 after that. 5 studio albums myself that were made. With the group I could have gotten records out a lot faster, but making songs is a lot harder. And because, you gotta write your own material, you gotta record the darn thing, you gotta upload the darn thing, With GroovePad, I could have done these records and make songs better with drums and bass and everything. I can't do that as well as I could in the first 4. So that's why I wanted to rank these and see what y'all think. I will leave this tier list in the description. I want y'all to go check out this tier list. Let me know how y'all would rank these. And let me know what y'all think of them. Let me know some ideas. Give me some notes or stuff. Give me some ideas of what I need to do. I want to do some good ideas. Give me some ideas. So, yeah, I want you to do these. I want you to make your own tier list, rank these, and let me know. And, send pictures up to my Facebook. Send them to, my likey. I don't care what you do. You do what you want. I don't care what you do. Find me on my Discord even. You can send me those via Discord, I think. Send me some pictures of what you guys think. Alright? I would love to see what you guys come up with. Now, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this video, because I sure did. Goodbye.